one thing you mentioned is the position you're currently recruiting for that is also promoted through GCF is the position for management partner. And I wanted to ask you if you can share a little bit more about that. What is actually the profile that you're looking for? Are candidates expected to have specific background? Maybe if you can just share a bit of more information on that.
Yeah, that's a great question. So our management partners, that's kind of what I refer to when I say, embedded professionals in these ministries. So as I mentioned, we were working with 7 teams. So we have 7 management partners currently in field in 4 different countries. These are typically mid-career private sector professionals like yourselves, typically with MBAs or masters of some sort, and some experience in the private sector. It's not to say that people who have been working in sort of the global public health space don't have a ton to offer here. It's just that we really are trying to expand the way that ministry teams are thinking about things like leadership and management. Why it's important to have a costed work plan. Clear roles and responsibilities. All these sort of honestly, business school type concepts that a lot of us take for granted in the West. It's not that the individuals we work with aren't extremely technically capable. These are some of the most proficient technical experts that I've ever met in the field. But they're as they rise up in the ranks, they're expected to do a lot more managerial and leadership tasks, more strategic thinking, and really run workforces of thousands of people, which just because you're a very good nurse doesn't mean that you're necessarily equipped with the same skills to, lead a program of 10,000 nurses. So that's really what we're trying to get at through our intervention, really helping the national level teams think really intentionally about how a program should be run, can be run better, and giving them the actual tools and leadership management skills to unlock that human potential. So like I said, some experience in the private sector is always something we're looking for. Experience working in a low resource setting, I think that's important. All of our management partners are based in the capital cities, but not all capital cities throughout Africa or the world for that matter are the same. So it is a bit of a different, quite independent in some ways, looking for people with a lot of flexibility, a willingness to roll up their sleeves, really get in there and build the trust that's necessary to build the leadership and management skills. I think that's a really important component. You don't want to be viewed as sort of the consultant who's just swooping in to give solutions. Really, the first 3 months of the management partner role is doing a situational analysis to really understand the context of the work, so that the right types of solutions and problem solving can be addressed. Change management, capacity building, training, all these kinds of things are really what we seek to look for. We currently work in Anglophone African countries, although that will likely change as we expand into Francophone and Lusophone Africa as well, and even beyond just Africa. But really that resilience and grit that we are actually always seeking to instill in our host country national partners is also really what we're looking for in our management partners as well. Really somebody who's willing to take quite an entrepreneurial challenge and make it their own within this larger supportive framework. The nice thing is that as we grow, we have more management partners to kind of create this network of sharing best practices and knowledge transfer across the countries in which we work.